Welcome to my channel. This is Jacko's Crypto, and in this video I'm talking about how to pick NFTs that 10x every time, and I'll be giving you a step-by-step tutorial on how to do this very easily. Now remember, this video and none of my videos are financial advice. They're just my opinions and how I choose to invest into the NFT markets. Now remember, if you do enjoy this video, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. Okay, let's get right into this. What does a 10x NFT project even look like? Well, I'll show you a couple that have done very well lately and definitely achieved that 10x mark. One being Karafuru, which was insanely popular last month and has still been holding up its floor price. So instantly after mint of about 0.2 ETH, this was mostly whitelist, a very small supply, only about 5,000 NFTs total. We were trading at about 3.9 ETH floor. So that's almost a 20x right off the bat. And then we did push up almost to 5 ETH floor, which would have been about a 30x, which is insane. Just look at that value on your investment, right? If you bought two of them, then you could have 30 extra money, and let's say it cost you $1,000, you'd be sitting at about $30,000 that you could sell for, and someone would actually buy it, right? Because that's how in demand these NFTs are, and that's the important thing, to look for in demand NFTs, right? That have a huge following but a very small supply, and just basic supply and demand math, right? However, that doesn't mean these projects don't pull back. It did actually pull back all the way to about a 2.4 ETH floor price on February 24th, and then now we are back up to about 3.5. So some good investment opportunity there as well. Of course, if you got in at mint or at whitelist, you'd be sitting very good right now. Even at public mint, it was about a 0.5 ETH price. So even there, you're sitting at over 8x your investment, which is absolutely amazing, right? If we look at another NFT project that has done even better recently, that's going to be Invisible Friends. Its mint price was about 0.2. It was completely whitelisted. So all 10,000 mints were whitelist. So if you didn't get on the whitelist, unfortunately, you couldn't mint this project, but you can of course buy on OpenSea now. I wouldn't really recommend that just because it was instantly trading at about a 9 ETH floor price. It only pulled back so far to about an 8 ETH floor price. That was quickly bought up, and now we are trending up. Of course, we could see a pullback to maybe 5, 6 ETH. I wouldn't put that out of possibilities, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we continue to push to 12, 13 ETH floor price, kind of like Azuki. So I'm sure all of you are asking, how do I find these projects so I can get in early, get on the whitelist, and really set myself up for amazing future gains? Now, this is my NFT checklist, the checklist I use to find all of these amazing projects and make a lot of money off them, evidently, right? So this is going to be my checklist. It's about 5 steps. Of course, there's some other things that go into it as well that you should definitely do your own research for. However, the first step is going to be, who is running this project, right? Is it a trustworthy team? Are they doxxed, or are they an anonymous team? Now, I wouldn't always say that an anonymous team is bad, because there's many projects that have been very successful with anonymous teams. However, if you're just starting and you have a small amount of capital, there's no point in risking it on these projects with anonymous teams when there are projects with doxed teams that are actually legit, right? If we look at a recent unfortunate event in the market, that would have been Squiggles, and they actually did have a doxed person, or at least someone they paid to become doxed and make the project look legit. They ended up still getting about 3,000 ETH from investors, right? And that was a huge rug pull done by people that have done this with other NFT collections. So that's why it's so important that we really value the trust behind the team, right? Before buying into that NFT, just so you don't get rug pulled and you lose your investment, which really is unfortunate. And unless you have tons and tons of money and tons of ETH ready to spend, you really don't want to risk in those types of projects, right? So that's going to be my number 1 step. Number 2 is there real utility behind the NFT, or is there utility coming to it, right? So that's staking. That's a video game integration with your NFT being a part of that game, right? That's metaverse, which is a term pretty much every project is using, because yes, a project could go into the metaverse in the future, but I like to see developments that are already being made, whether that's in the artwork or just the team is working closely to try to get this project into the metaverse as soon as possible. Those are all great use cases and great utilities behind NFTs. Another thing is membership benefits. Now, many crypto influencers and NFT influencers have been doing this, like JRNY Crypto with his Voyagers collection. I actually own one myself. And another one, which I was actually just using, one of the services you get from buying his NFT, and that was this platform here, NFT HUD, which is essentially a rarity ranking platform, and also allows you to do all kinds of other cool things, look at upcoming projects that should be successful. Of course, they're not guaranteeing anything. It's just a news site essentially for new NFTs, and has a lot of data that you can use to make yourself a more educated NFT investor. Now, this is run by Matt's Crypto, and he has his own NFT membership collection, which is called NFT HUD Lifetime Access. I own about 2 myself, I believe, and it's a very good community. I highly recommend it. Just another research tool you can use when buying into NFTs and seeing what's actually happening in the trading market, right? Because you don't just want to rely on OpenSea's activity and charts, because they're really not the most in-depth, and you can get a lot more information from using one of those services. Of course, they do cost some money to buy up front, but if you get in at a good time, you can actually end up making money by selling that membership in the future when the floor price increases, right? So number 3 is a solid roadmap with constant future developments and benefits to the NFT holders, right? This is very important and something JRNY Crypto has done extremely well with, right? He's constantly laid out exactly what you're going to receive with holding the Voyager NFT, right? Exactly how it's going to benefit you in the future. And it makes you not want to sell that NFT, right? Because the huge problem we have with many NFTs coming out is that, let's say they have 10,000 NFTs total. Well, as soon as they sell out, if more than 20% of those holders go and list on OpenSea, it's going to cause the floor price pretty much to fall down very easily, because everyone's going to be battling for that volume since there's not enough demand for the project, and the holders do not believe in it for the long term and just want to make a quick buck. However, that's not the case if you find those NFTs with good utility and with constant developments in the roadmaps, and not just a roadmap that looks very basic like everyone's using, metaverse, merchandise, that type of stuff. You want real use cases and real benefits to the people that are buying these NFTs. Now, my 4th point is going to be, is the project hyped up? Does it have a good amount of engagement, real engagement, right? Not just Twitter followers, actual engagements, actual comments, actual likes, that type of data, right? That is actually important and valuable and shows you that real people believe in this project and are ready to buy in with their own money. As an example, this project, Karafuru, has amazing engagement, over 170,000 followers, which is cool. However, if we actually look at the likes, comments, retweets, that stuff is important, and their Discord is very active, right? People constantly engaging with each other, talking about the future success of the project, talking about why they love the artwork so much. So many different things going on in the Discords and the Twitters that you really need to check out, because if you don't, then you really don't understand the project, you don't understand the community, and it's important to really look at if this engagement, if these followers are real, right? So to do that, you just need to go through the community, you need to get involved, you need to talk with other people in it, make sure they're not just bots, right? Spamming everything. That's very important. Another project that has amazing engagement is Invisible Friends, right? Over 500,000 followers and lots of likes, lots of retweets on normal posts that aren't giveaways, because anyone can get a lot of likes on and retweets on a post that's a giveaway requiring you to do that. So look at the normal posts, look at these posts that have no links, no giveaways, and that has 4,000 likes. So obviously this project is very loved by many people, and they're going to continue trading it, buying it, holding on to it, right? And that is very important. Another great thing I look at now before buying into any NFT is if other notable people in the space are following their Twitters and their social media profiles, right? So if we look at Invisible Friends, I can see I have about 8 other people I follow following this. And I'm not even following all of the big people in the NFT space. I'm only following about 20 people right now, and we can see that a lot of them are big players. Successful collections like Azuki, actually OpenSea itself is following it, right? Matt's Crypto, Sheldon Evans, Gary Vaynerchuk. So this is obviously a very successful project that is well liked by many influential people in the NFT and crypto space. So that's definitely a thing I look for before buying into the project. In my personal opinion, it's not the end all and be all, because of course you can find a project that many people aren't looking at yet, because many of these mints aren't coming up for the next couple of weeks or even months. So those big influencers have time to actually go over it and see the value in it. Nonetheless, it's an extra step that I highly recommend you using before buying into an NFT. My last step, and honestly, debatably the most important, yet it sometimes isn't, and that's if the art is good. Is it interesting? Is it trendy? Is it unique? These are all points that can lead to the success of a project, right? With Karafuru, it was very unique artwork that we hadn't seen in a space yet. Very interesting, very colorful, tons of different characteristics, which a lot of people loved, right? It was honestly just great art. And as you can see, Invisible Friends had some pretty unique and interesting artwork as well, with this GIF kind of walking motion artwork and all types of different characters. Very interesting, and probably one of the first to do it in this space. Of course, other projects have now copied it. It's pretty much the brand name of this type of art now, and it will continue to do well in my opinion, just based on that. Even if there's not major developments in the roadmap or the team's not the best, I still think it would just do good just based on this art and based on how they were the first pretty much to do it. They've been building up this Twitter account and this following for quite a while now, right? This is not a brand new project that's only been out for a couple of weeks. It's actually been out for months, which is a long time in the NFT space, and it's built up a very loyal following, of course. Now that they've actually released the NFTs, of course, they still have to reveal them, but I think that will go completely fine, because I think the art will hold up and people will be very excited to see which NFTs they got. Now let's use everything we just learned to check out a couple of NFTs that many people have been talking about lately. The first one being Collider Craftworks, which is not the biggest and most hyped project, but it's definitely one that I have my eye on and will hopefully be able to mint either on the whitelist or on public mint. So looking at this project, we can see it has about 75,000 followers on Twitter. Not the biggest, but again, followers really don't matter. It's the engagement. And as you can see on normal posts with no giveaways, over 1,000 likes, almost 200 retweets, 400 likes in that post, 400, 150. So it's, again, not the most engaged community, but it's pretty good compared to some other huge projects with over 200,000 followers, and they're only getting a few hundred likes on posts that are actually for giveaways too. So that's something to note and be aware of before buying into those big hyped projects, which are probably a lot of bots and fake accounts, making it look like it's a very hyped project, similar to Squiggles, and we saw what happened with that, right? So if you did notice, we can see that it's followed by JRNY Crypto and Matt's Crypto, which are two pretty big influencers in the crypto and NFT space, which is a good signal for me that this project does have what it takes to become a very successful one. But again, we still have to look at the team, the roadmap, and actually what they plan to do with it. Now, I'm not going to go too in depth here, but we can see the website looks pretty cool. The art is pretty unique. I haven't seen art too much like this. Of course, we have seen similar things, but this is looking like it's a bit different. And they showcase all of the influencers and people that are big in the NFT space here, and what they've said about the project, which is something interesting to look at too, because it shows that if all of these big names are interested in the project, there must be something behind it and they must see some kind of value in it. So you should try your best to get on the whitelist so you can be a part of that community. And you have to understand is if you get on the whitelist, you pretty much have the lowest risk you possibly can in terms of the price you buy it at, right? Even getting it at public, they can still do a Dutch auction, or it can still be double the mint price of whitelist. So try to always get on the whitelist. It's pretty hard to do in some cases, especially for big projects. So I'm going to make a video in the future on this matter and how you can make it a bit more easy for yourself to do that, and hopefully get in on some massive NFTs that you can make amazing gains from. So let's look at the team now. I'm going to scan through some of the roadmap, but again, it's something very interesting and could be a huge game in my opinion. They're implementing a lot of different awesome features into this game, which I could see the NFTs benefiting from greatly. Now, the team is actually quite big. This is one of the bigger teams I've ever seen, and they're all docs, they're all real people, which is nice to see, right? As you can see here, there's tons of different people, LinkedIn profiles, Instagram, Twitter in some cases. So you can check out these people and see if they're actually legit, which they are. I haven't seen any alerts about this project, and that's something to also know, is be a part of discords, legit discords that talk about NFTs, any new projects coming out, because there you usually find anything that comes out that's either bad or really good about the projects, so you can be aware of before you go out and buy them on the secondary market like OpenSea, or before minting them, right? So that could save you some money in the future, or it could make you a lot of money as well. So from everything I see here, the engagement, the other notable influencers following the Twitter account, and the massive team, great art, and roadmap that could actually perform well, right? And actually has utility behind the NFT. All of these things considered, I think this NFT could do very well. Of course, just based on the hype and just based on the artwork, it could not do amazing. I don't think it's going to pull off an Invisible Friends or even a Karafuru, but don't be surprised if this is an easy 5 to 10x after sellout, after mint, right? And that's if you sell right away on OpenSea, because some of the times it's good to hold on if you really believe in the project for the long term. But what I like to do is get enough of them that I can sell to make my money back, and then hold on to the ones that I'm actually in profit with, and just continue riding that wave, and hopefully they absolutely moon, because I have seen a lot of success when doing that, and buying NFTs and trying to get as many as I can if I do believe in the project, of course, right? I'm not going to buy into something that I don't really believe in and buy a whole lot of them, because it could absolutely go to zero. And that's the risk with a lot of NFT projects. They can go down 30, 50, 75, or even 100% in the matter of days, and sometimes even minutes, right? And that's the crazy thing. So be wary of that before getting into any project. Make sure you do your research and you actually understand what the NFT is bringing to the table and how it's valuable to you and other people, right? So that's a very important thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found value from it. This is my NFT checklist. You can screenshot this, you can do whatever you want with it, use it to the best of your ability. Of course, still do your own research, and of course there is still other things you should be looking at before getting into an NFT, but this is a pretty good 5-step rule that has saved me a lot of money and made me a lot of money. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Please smash the like button if you did, and subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. Also, if you want to follow me at my Twitter, which is Jackos Crypto, I post all types of insightful content there as well about NFTs, crypto, and stocks. So if you're interested in that, please follow me there, as it really helps me out. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day, and peace.